I'm in Edgewater Beach right now to look for animals and creatures of all types. Just got here, I'm thinking, Edgewater? It's a kind of a bad name for a beach. Like, could you be more specific? Anyway, here's a reference. So, right next to the Port of Everett. Don't worry, I'm not getting doxxed. I'm visiting a public place. Which is quite a ways from my home, by the way. Anyway, let's get started. Right now we're collecting shells. Here's the first one. Let's see what's inside. Nothing much. I'll tell you if you find anything interesting. Our first living creature. A duck. Some might consider them the ultimate life form. They can swim, they can fly, and they can walk on land. Look at that beautiful bird. I believe this is a kingfisher. I could be wrong. Wow. Now, normally with clamshells, you can't really tell what killed them. But in this case, we have a pretty obvious cause of death. Now, this is a borehole left from a marine predator. Most likely, a snail. Let's get a closer look. They basically, I'm gonna have to use zoom. There we go. So what they do is they have acid, and they soften the shell and they chew through it, and then they slurp the freaking clam out from the inside and leave nothing. At the end of it, we have this empty shell. Our kingfisher friend is still on his perch. He knows he's the king. He knows. Here's another poor soul lost to the menace of the snail. Guess he wasn't in the mood to fly off. That is a seal. Probably a harbor seal. They're the most common type of seal. He's ducked deep down to get some fish. I think they can hold their breath for 3 minutes. I don't know if it's worth waiting that long. How long can a seal hold its breath, actually? I'm gonna look that up. Give me a minute. Okay, so I was way off. A seal can hold its breath for anywhere between 15 minutes and 3 hours, apparently. So, it's probably not worth waiting. Let's take a look at some of those ducks right over there. Oh, wow, ducks. All the seals have congregated in this area because there's a woman throwing out birdseed on the beach. So there's a ton of seagulls, and there's pigeons, and there's crows too. Look right there. Wow. Look. They've made a V formation in the water. That's funny. That's the spot right there where the lady was throwing all the food. One thing I can't figure out. What is it with seagulls and poles? I see them on them more than any other bird. It's probably innocuous to even ask, but why? Now, barnacles are probably the most boring creatures out on the beach. They clamp themselves shut when the tide's down, and when the tide's up, they open their mouth and these 10 little tentacles come out and start scooping in water and filtering. Now, they're boring except for one aspect. They're crustaceans, which means they're closely related to crabs. How is that possible, you may ask? Well, that's a pretty long and storied question. You know, Darwin was banging his head on the wall over this. Long story short, they sort of convergently evolved to be like a mollusk. So now we just got tons of these little bastards, just thousands of them, all over these rocks. One of the big tells that they are, in fact, crustaceans is those 10 little tentacles I mentioned. Those tentacles are feet, and like all crustaceans, they have 10 of them. They're decapods. Look at that. That is a wild rabbit. And there's more than one. Now he thinks he's hidden, so I'm not gonna break that illusion by scaring him out of the bushes. Just a little stare at him for a few minutes. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but there's little fish jumping out of the water. I think it's because of the seals that are in here. Wait. I threw a shell in. I don't know, maybe it'll track the seal. Oh, there it is. Right there. Owl. You can get a better shot of the seal, right? We'll see. There he is. Oh, there's more than one. I think they're going on the beach. They're really close on the beach. They're basically crawling in the sand right now. Perhaps not. Well, perhaps not. They're real close now. He's looking at me. Normally, I don't get to observe fish because they're in the ocean. This poor guy, he got beached, so he's already stiff. Don't worry, I didn't kill him recently. Look, no, that's dead fish. It's been dead for a while. I'm gonna feed him to one of the birds, see how they like it. Okay, that did not go according to plan. The reason they're all moving out of there is because there's a seal. So my phone's running out of battery, so I've got to go. But as one last hurrah, you get a little look at this great blue heron. Always a lovely sight to see.